Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. It is time for another Rabe review. Well, the much anticipated season 3 of Stranger Things dropped on Netflix on July the 4th. All your favorite 1980s kids are back for another round of Stranger Things happening in Hawkins, Indiana. Now, I will admit, this genre of TV show does not even appeal to me in the slightest. I'm not into supernatural or sci-fi types of shows. But knowing that this show is so critically acclaimed and it was coming back, I decided to binge season 1 over the long holiday weekend. And I'll admit, I liked the show. I enjoyed the cast. I loved the setting and all of the nostalgia of the 1980s. And that being said, I still didn't like the supernatural parts of the show. However, I was intrigued by the trailer for season 3 when I saw the amazing recreations of a 1980s mall. Now, we can all remember the mall was the place to be and the place to be seen in the 1980s. So, season 3 picks up in the summer of 1985, where the brand new Star Court Mall has become the place in Hawkins. In fact, it has driven out many of the smaller businesses in town, and the local business owners aren't too happy about it. Meanwhile, Eleven, or Elle as they call her, and Mike's relationship has really taken off, and Sheriff Hopper isn't too happy about that either, because those kids are spending way too much time together, and he thinks they should spend some time apart. So, telling these kids, you know, teenagers to spend time apart, yeah, that usually works. It does not work. It just brings them closer together. Come on there, kids. Joyce, Winona Ryder's character, is considering moving from Hawkins, but she's worried that her son Will's strong attachment to his friends and separating them, what that might do to him, because he's already fragile enough from season 1. Let's be honest. Strange power fluctuations throughout the town are affecting its residents, and Will's sensitivity to some strange and otherworldly things. Even Eleven and Max are suspicious with the town's residents, and they fear that they might be in danger from what they call the Upside Down. And that is as generic as I can be for those who haven't seen the show, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. Again, this show is not my cup of tea. It ain't my cup of coffee, to be honest. I can appreciate the writing, the set design, the acting, and the amazing sense of nostalgia. I loved that part. I love that part of Stranger Things. That's about it. It's a very well put together show. If they could get rid of the monsters now and replace it with musical numbers, I'd be all in. Could you imagine Stranger Things with a few songs and dance and some jazz hands? Okay, I'm just kidding. Really, it's good. Season 3 of Stranger Things is streaming now on Netflix. You can binge all 3 of them. Now it's time for our weekly The Hills recap. I'm going to bring in our in-house Hills expert, Jasmine Perry, to recap The Hills episode 3. Jasmine, I'm just going to be frank with you right now. I thought episode 3 was totally boring.
What?
I was bored, Jasmine.
I thought it was a really good episode.
Tell me why.
Okay, so did you see how Brandon and Spencer, no, not Brandon, Brody and Spencer.
Brody is, yes. Yeah, I think we have a picture of Brody and Spencer.
Yes,
there they are.
Brody and Spencer. What do you have to say about that? They're like girls. They were fighting like girls. Did you see that?
I did.
How like Spencer's like, no, you didn't invite me. No, you didn't invite me. Like, just because he had a baby and Brody didn't go, like they're making it a really big.
It started with episode 1 because Spencer was like, you didn't invite me to your wedding. And then he was like, well, you didn't invite me to your kid's first birthday party. He's like, well, you didn't invite me to Las Vegas to see your residency. And I'm like, whoa.
And now Brody is having a thing going on in Vegas, and I guess he didn't even invite Spencer.
Correct. Even though they were talking to Heidi, and Heidi's like, no, you weren't invited. And Caitlin, Brody's wife, was like, no, you were invited.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was getting too, here's what I feel like. It's manufactured because, let's be honest, The Hills ended 10 years ago.
Yes.
If this reboot wasn't happening, do you think Spencer and Brody would be talking at all? Probably not.
No.
They hadn't talked in so many years. It's for the show, and they're trying to hash it out, but...
This has been going on since 2007. I'm saying, like, it's been more than 10 years.
Yes.
Grow up.
So, you enjoyed episode 3?
I did. I really did.
And then there's the controversy with Audrina and the kiss.
Yes. He kissed her.
Well, he said he didn't.
I don't know.
Who do you believe?
I believe Audrina. I really
Here's
do.
what I
because
believe. Jasmine?
Justin-
Go ahead.
I think Justin is just making it seem like, I think he has a thing for Stephanie. I really do, because why would he deny it?
That's true. But however, come over here to me. I'm not going to kiss you, but have you never been in a situation, not like last week we talked about Spider-Man kissing.
No.
Have you ever been in a situation when you're leaving and
Yeah.
people who are friendly might be like, okay, bye, see you there, and just give a little thing?
So what are you saying, that they hugged and they were going to kiss
Yeah.
on the cheek and accidentally he kissed
I've
her in the
accidentally
face?
kissed people
No?
on the lips because we go to the same cheek. You know how in England
Yeah.
you go, mwah,
Yeah.
mwah. And we both went to the same side and we both kissed. I'm just saying it could happen.
Maybe.
Okay.
Not with Justin, though.
All right, should we move on from the hills?
Yeah.
And move on to a show that I don't watch, but Kaylee, come in here. Because it got so heated in our office yesterday because Jasmine and Kaylee were going back and forth over The Bachelorette.
Yes.
I've got to preface two things.
Okay.
One, my embarrassment, my total embarrassment of even claiming to watch this show. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I actually kind of like
So
it.
why do you watch it?
I like to make fun of the people.
Okay, she makes fun of people. And why do you watch it?
I watch it because I have hope. I hope and love.
See,
so.
I never even knew that was a reason why people would watch this show, because
watch
all
it
of them never...
End up together?
They
The
last
percentage?
a year or two.
The most of, yeah, there's the couples from this show that have actually gotten married.
Trista
have
and
had
Ryan
kids.
is the only one I remember. Trista and Ryan?
Yeah.
Trista, whatever her name is, and Ryan?
Sean and Catherine.
Okay.
Yes, and then
But
Rachel.
this is the first season I've actually watched.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of know the others, a few of them, but...
Let's take a look at the final four guys, and I want your expert analysis. In fact, I'm just going to step out of the way and let you guys go down the line. Who do you want to start with? Because I don't even know their names.
Jed.
Jed.
Okay, tell me about Jed.
Okay, a little bit of a spoiler, not like the biggest spoiler of that Monday night show, but this week was meet the parents, meet the family kind of thing, and his mom and his sister were both like, no, he's not ready for marriage.
Yeah.
And kind of gave him a bad sort of look.
Those were red flags.
Yeah.
Hannah B had to at least see right through, hey, he's not the one for you.
So
And
do you
I
think he's out?
No.
Oh,
We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
okay.
But why would you want in-laws that don't even like you, that don't even want this thing to progress?
Right. I mean, that's also a bad start right
Plus,
there.
he's
Exactly.
a musician. You know what they say about musicians.
Yes, we do. Follow that advice. Okay, let's move on now to this gentleman. Who's this?
Tyler.
Okay. What about Tyler?
I like him.
He looks boring to me, I'll be
I hate
honest.
him.
I love his voice. He's like, baby,
I hate
beautiful woman
his
in
voice.
the world. And it's so, I'm like, yes.
I think his voice is so monotone. I feel like he's an alien.
So
Gives
if,
me a vibe of Matthew McConaughey. I don't know why.
Would he
He's
be
from
like-
Florida.
all right.
Yes, that's how he sounds like.
No.
No?
He looks kind of boring to me. What is his profession again? Do we know?
We don't know. I just
Oh,
know that
I don't remember.
He's from Florida. That's
Yeah, I
all.
know.
Okay.
That's all I
Let's
know.
move on
Business,
now
I
to
think.
this strapping young lad,
Luke P.
Luke P. Okay, tell me about Luke
He's
P.
had quite the season. He
Yes.
has been painted as the villain.
He
so-
does CrossFit.
So a lot of them gang up on him and point their fingers at him.
Yes.
One thing to note, though, he's still in the game, obviously, and his family reunion, or like where Hannah met his family was super nice. I loved his family.
Oh, good.
And he started off with like a testimonial of his faith.
Oh.
I thought that was super cool.
That's
He
nice.
had a rocky past, and then
It was a different side of him that I saw from, you know,
Yeah.
the
at
villain who
mansion.
believes in
Yeah.
God. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Imagine it
That's
was
good.
a
Okay,
completely
we only got a
different
couple seconds left. This guy in
Okay.
the end.
Peter
the pilot. He's good. I hope he wins. I hope
Peter
he
the
wins.
pilot.
You can
He
tell
loves
that he
Hannah.
really loves Hannah.
Okay.
And he has a profession. He's professional. His family, his dad's a pilot. His mom's a flight assistant. What? That's a really good thing.
So you're hoping that Peter wins.
We're hoping.
And the topic I got yesterday, the main consensus was that Hannah might be a little bit promiscuous.
Totally.
So, okay, I love your expert analysis. I think we need another recap, especially for the finale to see who wins.
Of course.
All right. Thank you so much.
If Luke P doesn't win, hello?
Coming up, Kelly has her choir project of the week. Don't go anywhere. Ozarks Fox Sam will be back. You are married and you tried to kiss me.
kidding. What? That
You tried to kiss me. Give me the rose, Kaylee. Thank you. I got it.
Accept those roses.
I will. I'm on The Bachelorette.